Alright, it's been a month since I've done the last update here at home. I'd like to get more tractor related content, like actually have feature vids on each individual tractor. Not every tractor, because gosh, I'd be doing that for months. But I want to get back into that a little bit more, but just haven't really had the time. I'm working on finishing up the my school year. Just got done with that today. So that's good, and I'll have a little bit more time on my hands. I'll have at least one day off of work while I'll be here at home where I can do stuff here at home, and then weekends are doing usual stuff, mowing and whatnot elsewhere. Did get everything pulled off the Sunstar that I wanted or needed. Everything else, that like all the body panels and whatnot, that's on the back of my truck. Pretty much the only thing I needed was the engine, the rear end, and I pulled all the power steering stuff off. That's the only thing I needed. And to make it easier for transporting the tractor, to get it on the trailer tomorrow so I could take it down to work, because I know my boss could use the rest of this for parts. I left the deck on it, and I have these blocks of wood underneath of here. And I just raised the deck up so the rear rollers of the deck are on the ground. So the frame, the whole tractor rolls right now. So basically the back wheels of the tractor is now the deck. So that works out nice. Makes it easy to move it around. Yeah, with that being said, this is going away. The Cub Cadet that was in the driveway, the one that was the 107 to 127 badge tractor, that one sold yesterday to a somewhat local small engine shop. Don't know what the guy's going to do with it. Didn't much care. This tractor is going to go down to work, and my coworker is going to fab up a new exhaust for it, one that actually will sound decent. And we're actually considering if we can make it work, do a true dual exhaust or do an X pipe underneath the tractor. Just kind of play around with it, see what it sounds like, see what we like, what we don't like, and go from there. I do need to get a pulley for the engine that I don't have. I need to get one for like a custom 10 or an ST10, because that Vanguard has a weird crank in it, and it is a 1.1/8" output, which I had never seen before in my life. I always said that every Briggs engine has a 1-inch crank. Sorry about that. Camera cut out on me. With that being said, moving on over to the SS12 diesel. I know some of you guys have been curious to see them. And this is what I've got to work with as far as turbos. This one is the one that I'm going to run on the tractor. At least try it. It might be a little too big. Might have to get a smaller one. This one is, well, way more turbo than this tractor needs. I mean, it'd be one thing if this was like a 4-cylinder tractor, but it's not. What I'm planning on doing, if I can cross sides here, of course, climbing over stuff as usual. All right. So, the plan, I already messed with getting the turbo clocked the way I want it. I'm going to have a short flange that's going to basically just allow me to have enough room for those studs to put nuts on. So it'll be a short piece of pipe, and it'll have a flange that'll bolt up to the turbo, and then the other flange will bolt up to the exhaust manifold, and the charge pipe will come up, over, and down into the elbow. It'll be nice and easy. Turbo will kind of be hanging out the side of the tractor. I figured that it'd be more aesthetically pleasing than some ugly exhaust. So I may end up getting this done before the big tractor show coming up in July. But I want to get the rear end situation figured out first, and then go from there and finish up the wiring, because I have some loose ends to tie up, and I need to wire up the cigarette lighter port, so then that way I have a way to charge my phone for when I'm at the shows. But that turbo is going to eventually go on here for sure. I'm thinking I do have to pull the engine back out of the tractor because the guy that I bought the tractor from, or not the tractor, this engine from, he said that it had a severe blow-by problem. And this is the breather hose that comes out. Goes right down, right along the side. And the drain plug, if you're looking, if this whole engine was invisible and you just saw the oil pan, like if my hand was the oil pan, drain plug is right about here. Breather's there, drain plug is here. The drain plug is messed up. The drain plug holes in the oil pan, I believe, are messed up. So it is constantly dripping oil. And I keep putting more sawdust in the ground. This thing always leaves a trail. I mean, there's a slight spot there where this, kind of where that fuel line is. There, now you can see it a little bit better. But that's an oil spot from when the tractor is back, about a foot. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to pull the engine back out of it so then I can figure out what in the Sam heck is going on with that drain. And then while I do that, I am thinking that I may notch this part of the frame a little bit or cut it at an angle like that. We'll see if I can make it happen. Otherwise, I'll just have to run like a soft line around and then down, because the oil pan is right down there. I wish I had a flashlight with me, but I could weld a bung into the side of the oil pan, so then that way the turbo can drain straight to the oil pan, and then the pressure side of the turbo, so the pressure side on the top will come out of the pressure side on this side of the engine, come around the engine, and go into the turbo, so that won't be an issue. So yeah, we're getting there. Actually, I do have a couple of aluminum soldering rods to try on some scrap aluminum to see how well they work. And if they work good enough, I'll be able to cut the outlet off of the radiator that's on this side and move it over to the other side, because I got the upper radiator hose to work, but the lower comes out of this side of the water pump, and this hose would be perfect if I can have the outlet down there on that side, because I don't have any room to cross it over to this side without literally going underneath the frame, back up and over, and I don't want to have all that ugliness. So if I can clean that up the best I can just by moving the radiator outlet, that would be preferred. So we're going to try that. And yeah, that's really all I've got for now. And you'll probably see an update on this tractor coming very soon, because once that's gone and this one goes to work, I will have a lot more space in here, and I'll finally be able to clean up and get stuff like this put away, and those engines there put away, and those engines there put away. So you get the idea. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Talk to y'all later.